And welcome back to the Highlander Summer Series. We're talking men's basketball. I'm Matt Provence, and my pleasure right now to be joined by redshirt freshman Jason Murphy. After sitting out last year, Murph, I know you are chomping at the bit to play some basketball. Tell us how you are and what you've been up to.
Man, ever since I've been home, I've just been, kind of chopping at the wood, being in the gym. I've been actually in and out of the gym, but I've definitely been on top of my strength and conditioning. When I've been able to get in the gym, I've definitely been, working as hard as I can, trying to, prepare for whenever next season arrives.
Yeah, it's interesting because, as a freshman and not playing, getting ready to play for this upcoming season, it's got to be interesting for you. I mean, you haven't played meaningful, legitimate basketball now in quite some time, but at least if nothing else, you've learned a lot about the game and about the NJIT product. Talk about what's been going through your mind as you get excited to return and how you can contribute to this team.
Well, pretty much from the beginning when we were still in preseason, I was dealing with shoulder injuries and neck injuries, and I just wasn't quite ready to go. So me and the coaching staff, we had that conversation where it just might be best to go ahead, get healthy, and use, once you're able to play and return to the court, use that time to get ready, stay in the weight room, be on the court, get extra workouts in along with practice, and go that route. And, as a competitor, it killed me. I was kind of the first thing I thought because, especially we didn't have the most ideal season that you thought we would have had. And, I really felt like if I was healthy and good to go, I could contribute, but I kind of took the year for what it was. I obviously, took a lot of time to develop my game and also be around, the NJIT culture, the college basketball culture, and kind of get ready to take that next step in my career to be ready for next season so I could come out as a better product than I would have otherwise.
Well, that is an advantage, and you play a position being a post player where sometimes the next year of development, more so maybe physically than anything else, right, could pay dividends. What type of player are you, though? Because I've never gotten a chance to see you play, and of course our fans haven't seen you play. So talk about when things are right and when you're 100% healthy, and after all the workouts you've had this summer, what kind of player do you think you can be?
Well, one thing, going into school, I always played hard. I was, I was definitely always going to be on the boards. I was going to offensively and defensively. Defensively, I was always going to be around the rim, protecting the rim, playing the pick and roll, being able to, switch in certain positions. But, now I've definitely polished my offensive game a lot, being able to face up, being able to shoot a lot, being able to shoot at a higher clip at a more efficient rate. And, I definitely feel a lot more comfortable, particularly offensively now than I did last July and last August and September.
No, I mean, it's an excellent mature aspect or outtake on things. But I also think maybe one of the other pros of having a year to get on your belt is to also adjust, as you mentioned, to the culture of NJIT, an institution that's really known for its academics and where it's placed young professionals outside of graduation. How did that help you from a classroom perspective from being an NJIT and at North for a full season?
To be honest with you, I kind of approached it the same way as if I was playing because I didn't want to get into the habit of having extra time to, put forth into studying for tests or putting work in assignments. I definitely wanted to act like, okay, I'm still going to have this game at 6 p.m. on Thursday evening, or I'm going to have this road trip that starts on Wednesday and we get back on Sunday. I still wanted to have that same mindset. So this coming year, I'll be able to adjust a lot faster and not have it be a huge shocker.
Yeah, and it's interesting, too, because not only do you have that outlook on the education part and preparing mentally for the basketball part, but now you're preparing really for a whole new conference. I mean, the whole team is, the whole coaching staff is. UMBC might not be too far from where you've played some basketball before, but did you have any particular thoughts about the move from the ASUN to the American East Conference?
I mean, of course, as a competitor, you would have wanted to, win more in the ASUN, maybe even gotten a chip one time. But, for me, I might have a different perspective based on, some of the returners on the team because I didn't play last year and I didn't get that ASUN bump. But however, I think we have a great opportunity in the American East. I think, I've definitely been doing my research. I'm a basketball junkie. I watch college basketball and pro basketball all the time. But, especially now over the past month, I've been, kind of, look at where some of those teams in the American East left off. And I think we definitely have a great opportunity ahead of us to be an impact team and be a contender in the American East pretty early on.
Yeah, and really before I let you go, just a couple things real quick. I mean, you have a year at NJIT under your belt. What do you like most? Give me a one positive. Someone we're trying to decide to make that decision. What about the athletic department or the academics really stuck out to you as kind of making you feel good about that decision to be a Highlander?
I still think we're a program on the rise, and that was one of the benefits of decided to come to NJIT as a senior in high school. I felt like we were a program that was on the rise. We had a lot, of winning to do in the future. Now, some might look at it, and last year, because of the injuries and whatever else, we didn't, take that next big leap. But I think this year, bringing the returners back, getting everyone healthy, and bringing our additional transfers and incoming freshmen coming in, I think we have a great opportunity ahead of us. I just want to win, to be honest.
No, it sounds awesome. And it gets people excited hearing that type of attitude from not only you, but some of the other teammates. Now, the one thing I got to ask you before we bid adieu here is that you're a basketball junkie, right? You're just a self-anointed basketball junkie. Do you have a favorite program, team, role model? Tell us a little about what fuels this basketball excitement and who's your guy or who's your team?
My team-wise, I mean, I kind of, to be honest, ever since I was younger, I was always more of a player follower. I've always been a LeBron James fan. I've never been like, I guess my home team theoretically would be the Wizards. I never was a Wizards fan per se, but I mean, I just I just enjoy good basketball at the end of the day. So I never really had a favorite team per se or someone I consistently watch. I just, wherever good basketball is around, I'm definitely going to take notes from whoever, whenever.
And is there anything that you've done outside of basketball and getting yourself in shape during this pandemic, this odd situation that's away from sports?
I've been doing a lot more reading. Right now, I'm reading a book called Everybody Always. And I just think that mental preparation, and not even like, this is the first book that I'm reading full on this summer, but I've just been doing like more excerpts in small columns and things like that, just to kind of get into the mental approach a little bit stronger. So when it's time to play, I'm not only physically ready to go, but I'm mentally locked in.
Awesome. Well, you've had a lot of time, and I know, like we said earlier, Choppy got the bid to get back. I'm looking forward to seeing you get some action in and getting some real good game experience at the college level. It's been a dream of yours, and we're looking forward to see it unveil in front of our eyes. Hopefully, come November and earlier in camp and getting a chance to play preseason. So best of luck. Stay healthy, and again, thanks so much for your time.
Yes, sir.
All right, that is redshirt freshman big man Jason Murphy on that Provence. Thanks for checking in with us on this edition of Highlander Summer Series, talking men's basketball.